Hi everybody and welcome to this week's yoga video. Today we're going to go through a sequence that will help to open up the hips. So that'll be great if you've done a lot of sitting, driving today or exercise that has involved kind of movement where the hips are in this very kind of set position. So you will need a prop, something like a blanket or a cushion or maybe a rolled up towel, just something that's going to make it more comfortable for you. If you'd like to press pause, grab your props. I'll meet you back here on the mat in a moment. So let's just begin sitting on our blanket or a cushion, just in an easy cross-legged position, just so we can do some kind of breathing, just to center ourselves before we begin the more physical part of the class today. You can sit with your legs just crossed like this, or out in front of you, or scissored, if that's more comfortable. Take a few moments to kind of get ready, settle in. You can rest your hands on your legs, and it can help to close the eyes so you can kind of focus your attention inwards for a few moments. So let's begin by taking a nice big deep inhale. Good, and then a nice full exhale. Keep breathing like that, really focusing on feeling the belly rise with the inhale. And then just relax and soften with the exhale. Good, 2 more rounds, just like that, breathing deeply. Exhaling fully. And one more time, nice big inhale. And full exhale. Good job. Slowly open the eyes, and just to kind of warm up the body, we'll do some gentle stretching. If you'd like to place your left hand on the ground, we're going to inhale, lift the right arm up, reach over towards the left, taking a nice side stretch, keeping this right hip grounded to deepen the stretch. Good. Switch sides, lifting the left arm up now, big inhale. Exhale as you reach over towards the right. Good. One more time to each side, big inhale up. Deepen the stretch with the exhale. And switch sides. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale over to the left. Sorry, to the right. Good, come all the way back. We'll do some gentle twisting, so take your right hand to your left knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Rotating through the waist. And then switch sides, taking the left hand to the right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, rotate. Nice twist. And just a gentle twist here. We're not forcing anything. Good. Switch sides one more time to each side. So right hand on the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Switch sides. Left hand on right knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Slowly come back to center. And we're just going to move into tabletop. So put your cushion or your blanket to one side for a minute. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow. It's a great pose that I often come back to because it just allows me to check in with how everything's feeling. So take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, round the back, dropping the head gently between the arms, feeling a nice stretch. Inhale, come through into cow. Exhale, cat. Not forcing anything again here, just moving with the kind of nice stretch you can feel. Inhale, come through to cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And one more time. Nice cat stretch. Really stretching out the back. And inhale through to cow. Good. From here, sit back on the heels for a moment. Let's just come into child's pose with the knees wide, sitting down, toes touching, heels just naturally together. We're going to stretch the arms out along the mat. Press the hands into the floor here for an upper body stretch as you take the tailbone towards the heels. And then allow the head just to rest naturally between the arms wherever it falls. Press the hands into the floor. Nice big inhale. Exhale fully. Good. From here, slowly come up, bring the knees together. Tuck the toes under. Stretch the hips back over the feet for a second and then move into your downward dog. Keeping the knees bent if the hamstrings feel a little tight today. Really sink the weight down and back through the heels, pushing the hands into the floor so you really stretch out the back. Good. And then we can begin to pedal the feet. So bend the left knee, slowly take the right heel towards the ground. Don't worry if it doesn't touch the floor, and then switch sides. Bend the right knee, sink the left heel towards the ground. Good. And keep moving like that, just pedaling the feet. A couple more times. You can even roll the top of the foot over to kind of massage the toes. Good. Breathing nice and deeply as you go. And then slowly walk the feet up towards the hands, coming to a forward bend at the top of the mat. And your feet can be about hip width apart here. Bend the knees if the hamstrings feel a little tight, it's much better for them. And allow the hands and the head to just drop and hang down towards the ground. Let them go all kind of loose and floppy, almost like pieces of spaghetti. You can even kind of shake the chin from left to right and then nod the head up and down. You may like to sway the arms gently from left to right. Good. And then press the feet into the floor, bring the hands to the hips, and slowly make your way up to standing. Nice and slowly come all the way up. Good. Bring the hands to the side, and then inhale as you lift them up overhead. Take a nice big stretch here. Then exhale, bring your hands together in a prayer position at your heart center. Close the eyes for a second. Take a nice inhale. Exhale fully. Good. Inhale now, reach the arms up overhead, and then sweep them in a big circle as you fold from the hips and come down into that forward bend again. Rise up now to a halfway lift, so making an L shape with your body. Fold now, tummy towards the thighs, keeping a little micro bend in the knees if that helps. Bring the hands down to the ground around the feet. We're going to step the right foot all the way back behind us to the back of the mat. And then we're going to walk the left foot out to the left side of the mat, bringing the hands in front of us on the ground. From here, we're going to slowly allow that left knee to kind of drift out to the side. And don't worry about how far it moves. We're kind of just gently encouraging some opening in the hip. So a few times just like that, rolling the foot to the side as the knee and the hip open, out to the side. Good. And then from here, press the hand actively into the floor, engage the core, and step that left foot back, come into plank pose. From here, drop the knees to the floor and lower yourself down to the ground. Stretch the feet out behind you as if someone was kind of lengthening you out, and then roll up into a mini cobra, tucking the elbows in, lifting the front half of the chest up off the mat. Good. And then slowly come down. Press yourself up and back. Come into a child's pose just for a moment. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, move up and back to downward dog again. Just your form of downward dog. So keeping the knees bent is great if your hamstrings are a little tight. We really want to think of the hips as up and high and away from the hands, so we get this nice full extension for the back. Good job. We're going to walk the hands back now towards the feet, coming to the back of the mat. And I'd like you to take each heel to the back corner of the mat. And then from here, we're going to slowly sit down into a squat, into a deep squat. Now, if that doesn't feel too good, you can stay high, that's fine. You can come all the way down if that feels comfortable. And we're going to bring the hands into a prayer position, lift the heart, and press the elbows into the inside of the knees. So we're coming into Malasana here, the yogi squat. Now, I used to say to one of my classes that we're going to stay here for 10 minutes, but don't worry, I'm just joking. So take a nice inhale, exhale deeply, and then begin to move forward, lifting the hips up, press the feet into the floor, come back into your forward fold, and then bring the toes in, heels in, toes in to move the feet back to hip width apart. Good. Keep the micro bend in the knees, keep those hamstrings happy, bring the hands to the hips. Engage your core a little bit here to help you lift up to standing. Come up slowly though. And then have a shake out and walk back up to the top of the mat. Good job. Bring your hands to your heart center. From here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, sweep them down as you fold forward, coming into your forward bend. Rise up to that halfway lift again. Exhale, fold forward. Think of the tummy coming towards the thighs here. Micro bend in the knees. Place the hands firmly on the ground around the feet, and then step that left foot way back behind you to the back of the mat. We're going to walk the right foot out to the right side of the mat. Bring the hands in front of you on the ground, and then slowly allow that right knee to just kind of roll out to the side, opening up the hip. The foot may move a little bit too, and don't worry about how far things move here. Just gently encourage the movement into the hip. Good. And then engage the core, press the hands into the floor and step that right foot back. Come into plank again. Drop the knees. Lower yourself slowly down towards the ground and stretch those feet out behind you again, as if someone was really trying to lengthen you out. Good. Now we're going to slowly roll up again into this mini cobra, just lifting the body up off the floor, tucking the elbows, maybe squeezing the shoulder blades together behind you. Good. And then relax all the way down to the floor again. From here, push yourself up. Let's counteract that back bend with a nice child's pose. So sinking the hips down over the heels. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale fully. And make your way up to downward dog again. Good. And again, keep that micro bend in the knees. I'll keep repeating that because it's really important. You can always pedal out your feet here in downward dog anytime that you would like to. Please feel free to do that. We're going to look forward and step the left foot up between the hands. We're going to drop the right heel down as we make our way into Warrior Two. So this is a great hip opener. We're going to really think about our foundation. So the front heel wants to be in line with the arch of the back foot. Allow the hands to be parallel with the floor. Gaze out over your front fingers and press those feet actively into the ground. Good job. Right now we're going to lift the left arm up towards the ceiling as we reverse our warrior and then come into a gentle variation on side angle pose, taking the right hand forward, gently kind of resting your arm on your side, not letting your weight collapse here. So keep those legs nice and active. Stretch this right hand. Good, nice big inhale as you come back to Warrior Two. From here, inhale, lift the arms overhead. Squeeze this front leg to make it straight into a kind of variation on triangle pose. Good. Exhale into Warrior Two. Inhale, triangle with the arms overhead. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, triangle. One more time. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, triangle. Squeeze the quad here. Press the feet onto the floor. And then come back into Warrior Two. From here, take this right arm up and over. Come down to the ground. Step back into plank. Good job. And we'll do a little vinyasa through. So drop the knees. Lower yourself to the floor. And if you'd like to, you can roll up into upward dog. Lifting the front half of the body all the way up off the mat. Let's drop the knees, tuck the toes, lift up and back into downward dog. Take a nice breath or two here, pumping out the feet. Breathe nice and deeply. Exhale fully. And then look forward and step the right foot up between the hands. Drop the left heel down, make your way to Warrior Two on the second side. So thinking of this opening across the front of the body, pressing the right foot into the floor. The arms are parallel with the ground. Good. And then we're just going to reverse the warrior. Take this right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come into a variation of extended side angle pose. Lean back a little bit here so that we're not sticking the butt out. Keep this right leg nice and strong and active. Good. Inhale, come back to Warrior Two. Now we're going to bring the hands together overhead as we straighten this front right leg. Squeeze the quad. Inhale. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale. Triangle variation. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale. And exhale. You can keep moving. Let's do one more time. Nice big inhale as you really squeeze the quad here. Exhale, Warrior Two. Nice job. Lift this left arm up and over. Pivot down to the ground, and step this left foot forward as you come back into a forward bend at the top of the mat. Let's come back into this kind of nice relaxed pose here, kind of letting your arms go nice and floppy. You can bend the knees, take a nice big inhale. inhale. Exhale fully. Let it all go here for a moment. And then bring the hands to the hips. Use the core to help you come all the way up to standing. Good job. Now, just for a final little hip opener pose, we're going to do variation on tree pose today. To begin, I'd like you to bring your hands to a prayer position and then just place your foot in the lower tree pose position. You can put a micro bend in this left knee, engage the core, and then we're going to take the foot and do some circles with the knee round and out to the side. So we're going to do 3 or 4 going forwards, and then 3 or 4 going backwards. Trying to think of the hips as parallel as you do this, and the movement is really isolated in the right hip. Takes a little bit of focus and concentration, so we're working on that too. Good. And then bring the foot back. And then for the last time, squeeze the right knee up towards your chest and place it down on the ground. Let's do the second side. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, just place the left foot around the left calf to begin. Put a micro bend in that knee. Find your balance, use your core. It may help to find a point on the floor in front of you to focus on. And then we're going to do some circles leading with the knee, 3 or 4 times around in one direction. Again, trying to isolate that movement into the left hip. And then reverse the direction of the circle. Good. Try to breathe. Try not to hold your breath. Try to keep the rest of your body nice and still. And then to finish up, squeeze the left knee in towards your chest and place the foot down on the ground. Great job. So let's come down to the mat now and have your blanket handy and just come down to lying on the ground. So from here, we're just going to squeeze both knees in towards the chest and do a little massage for the back by rocking from right to left. We can also do some circles with the knees here, going around in both directions. If you like, you can do some butterfly circles. So we take the knees apart, one hand on each knee, and make circles. They might feel nice and a little bit more kind of warmed up now after having done the tree pose circles. Good. And then bring both knees into the center. And we're going to come into happy baby. So if you want to take the feet overhead, wrap the hands around the soles of the feet on the inside, and then slowly kind of draw the legs down towards you as you kick the feet into the hands. This creates a little bit of a deeper stretch, and then you can also rock from right to left. So you can probably recognize this is an inverted version of the yogi squat with a little bit of a deeper hip stretch. This is a great pose for everybody. Good, come back to center, bring the knees together and place the feet on the floor. So we're just going to take our blanket and place it off to the right. We're going to scissor the legs and just let the right knee rest on the blanket. And then we're going to look over to the left, take the arms out along the sides at about shoulder height and look over to the left. So we're just coming into a gentle, nice kind of reclining twist. You can bring the knees together if you like, or scissoring the knees sometimes feels good. Some people might even like to cross the right foot over the top of the left leg. So there are a few variations here that can just, you can choose depending on how your body's feeling today. So we want to try and relax the shoulders here, let the top half of the body relax, and the hips and the legs. Feel the ground and the blanket supporting you. Take a nice few deep breaths. So we're beginning to wind down now, beginning to kind of let go of holding the body too much and make this a little bit more of a passive stretch. Good. It's getting into the top of the hips. It's getting into the spine. Good. Take one more inhale. Exhale fully. And then slowly uncross your legs. If you're in that position, bring your legs back to center and move your prop to the other side. Again, you can have the legs stacked, placing the left knee on the blanket. You can scissor the legs, or you can place the left ankle on top of the right thigh, stretch the arms out along the floor, and twist your face to look over your right hand. Again, begin to kind of let go here now. So we really want to let the shoulders relax against the ground, the hips and the legs feel heavy. And this helps to make it a deeper passive stretch. Really getting into the hips and the spine on the other side. Good job. And these are definitely stretches you could do on their own, or they're nice if you kind of link them together in a sequence like this. Just making sure you feel nice and comfortable, and feel free to adjust at any time. You can do whatever feels good for your body, which is different to mine and different every day as well. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, slowly bring yourself back to center. And just set up for a relaxation in Shavasana, however you'd like. It can be nice to place the blanket behind the back of the knees and allow the legs to rest there. You can bring your legs into cobbler pose. But however you set up for a few moments here, feel fully supported by the ground underneath you. Back of the hands resting on the ground. Full back of the body relaxed and supported. We want to aim to let go, holding ourselves right now. So take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, just feel the body sinking down towards the ground. Notice the pressure points, the back of the hands, back of the head, the shoulder blades, the hips, the back, the calves, the thighs, ankles, closing the eyes, softening the face, relaxing the jaw. And if the mind starts to wander, feel free to follow your breath. Just take your awareness gently back to the sensation of breathing in and out. You may like to count slowly up to 10 and keep repeating. That can help to guide you in the process. Good. You're more than welcome to stay here for as long as you'd like to. If so, please fade my voice out and enjoy this nice period of Shavasana, this nice relaxation. If, however, you're ready to start moving, let's wiggle the fingers and toes. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale fully. And then draw the knees up towards you and just slowly roll onto one side. From here, press your hands into the floor. Open the eyes as you come up to sitting. You may like to sit on your cushion or your prop again just for the end of class. And just to kind of close our time together today, let's bring our hands into a prayer position. Being thankful for this time to practice yoga and to kind of zone our attention inwards for a little while. Thank you for practicing with us today. Have a wonderful afternoon. The athlete in me honours the athlete in